In this chapter, we'll talk and learn about visualization in Python. Through our examples, we'll see how we can use data visualization. Since there are lots of libraries that we use for visualization, we will not be able to cover them all, but we'll cover the basic and most used ones. So the basic one library for data visualization that we use in Python is matplotlib. And next to it, we have other ones like Visby, Bokeh, Seaborn, Pygal, Folium, and Pandas. I hope I pronounced those correctly. So in the next few tutorials, we'll learn how to use some of these libraries. But first, since we're on a 64-bit Windows machine, we're going to have to do a couple things. So in order to install the matplotlib library, this matplotlib module, we're going to have to first. So we're going to head on over actually first to. We're going to head on over to Google, open our web browser, and we're going to find matplotlib. And it's going to be the first link I already clicked on in here. So we're going to head on over to matplotlib installation instructions, and there's a couple things we're going to have to install. In my testing, I had to install the following. Since we have a standard installation of Python, we're going to have to install some other modules. We're going to have to install this, if you can see here, hold on a sec. We're going to have to install setup tools, NumPy, Python dateutil, pytz, pyths, pyparsing, cycler, and matplotlib. We're also going to need Visual C++ redistributable for Visual Studio 2015 to be installed too. So first off, we're going to install these other modules, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now without having to actually search for them on the internet, because you might get confused because there aren't exactly installation files like exe executable files to just unpack and open. Well, there might be, but this way I'm doing is because basically cuts out the job of actually searching on the internet for them. So we're going to open our command prompt, and we're going to keep this open for later, so let's minus this. We're going to keep this open for later, and now we're going to find, well, this is how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. This is just how I find it easier for me. So we're going to find the Python full directory folder where it's located. So we're going to open Python 3.5 file location. We're going to head over to the scripts folder. We're going to open it. And see where it says pip, that's an application used for installing modules in Python. So we're going to copy this directory, and we're going to paste it into our, right click kind of automatically paste it. So we're going to do another slash, and then we're going to do pip.exe. So pip has its own commands, so we're going to do help. Whoops, that's not help, but whatever. So we have a couple of commands in pip. You have but for the one we're going to use is actually install. I actually forgot the syntax for help, but we'll just do this. We'll just keep it simple. So in pip, you have the command install. And after that, the parameter that you have to input is the module you want to install. So first, we're going to try installing matplotlib. And oops, why is it not doing? Oh, whoops, I forgot something. Hold on a sec. Pit 3.5 maybe. Hold on. It should be working. Oh, there's a space, that's why. So it's going to run the install of matplotlib. Here as you can see, it keeps going. So while that's downloading, I'm just going to explain. So we're going to have to do the same thing with setup tools, NumPy, Python dateutil, and so on. And then in Sublime Text, we'll be able to import any of these modules because they'll be installed on the system. And I'll show you how to confirm that they're installed in a second. Just let this download. So basically, on Windows machine, it won't work without these other modules for some reason. I don't know. In a lot of other Python versions, a lot of things are automatically built in. In version 2.7, you'll have less problems. But as you can see, it does everything by itself. It actually retrieves the module for you. As you can see here, it retrieved this file, and it's going to unpack it and install everything for us. So this is kind of an easy, simple tool to install modules in Python. You also have a bunch of other commands in pip, like you can see what you've downloaded, you can search what modules are available, and maybe I'll show you how to do that, but it's not really needed for this tutorial. So we're waiting for it to install. So maybe we should have done the other ones first because this one's rather large. But let me just... So we just keep on waiting, basically, until it's all good, everything's done. So, oh, there we go. Oh, and here is our error. So you might come across this error for matplotlib. For some reason, it does this with matplotlib, and not any other of the modules that we need for these tutorials that are coming up. For some reason, it gave us this error code. I tried figuring it out, but I couldn't really get it to work. But the solution I found is we have to install the wheel files. We'll get to that in a sec, but first we're going to install all the other modules ahead of time. So let's install setup tools. And if it says if it's not available, you have to, I believe it looks like this instead with the underscore, setup tools. There we go. Oops. Let me just see what it's called. Hold on. Setup, is it like this maybe with the dash? Yep, there we go. Right. Could not find requirements, setup tools. Let me just check again what it's called. So if you're not sure what it's called, you can sort of just look up what the package is called. So let's see. So this is how you basically do installing the packages. You just have to find the sort of, here, easy setup it's called. There we go. Easy setup. Whoops, that's a capital. So we're going to install a couple modules. And if it checks out, it says collecting. And it says successfully installed. So now we're going to let's see. Oh, I forgot. I kind of skipped this. So if you already have something installed, it will sort of say already satisfied. So we're gonna keep going. Oops. We're gonna keep going and we're gonna do these packages. I might have installed some redundant packages, but it's okay because you never know when you might need them. So if we're gonna do numpy, it usually gives us the latest version. See, collecting numpy, and it usually gives you the latest version. Some of them are relatively small. Some of them are a little bigger than others. Really depends. And this is just a waiting process, really. You just install each one by one. And you basically just wait. So that's installed. And we're going to do the same thing for the following. We're going to do the same for Python date util. So we're going to do Python date util. Oops. Util. There we go. We're also going to do the same for pytz. And we're going to do the same for pyparsing. So you just do the same pyparsing. How is it? Is there an underscore? Nope. That's good. So you just do that. Pyparsing. Then we have cycler. All right. So basically, gives you, if you want to update Python, it gives you the tips on how to do it. And we're gonna do matplotlib one more time. Let's see, matplotlib. And if you already have it downloaded, it will just use a cached copy of it. So, yeah, so you don't have to, it won't download again. It will just use a cached copy of what you downloaded before, and then it'll try to install it again. But it's probably going to give the error again. So we're going to fix that in a second. We're just going to wait for it. And well, in the meantime, let's download Visual Redistributables for Visual Studio. You just click on the link and it just redirects you, really. Oftentimes I like to download both, but in this case, I found it works just with the 64-bit. So we're going to do that. So we're just going to save the file and wait for it to download. Oops. So we're just waiting. Alright, so this is basically just a waiting game. It's not really anything fun, but it's essential to actually getting this to run on Windows, on this Windows machine. So you just install that too. You close it, and of course you're gonna have to restart Sublime Text. So we're gonna restart, close that, minus this for now, minimize it. Maybe we'll need this for later. Let's see, open Sublime Text. While that's still going, so what Matplotlib is going to do is this library allows 2D and limited 3D plotting. It can also be used for simple animations. Now the installation, like I said, is relatively simple, like with the things we just did. Like almost all new interpreter versions already have it, but we had to do it this way on Windows. You can also find this library. You could find this library on. It has its own website. In case you didn't see from before, so we have matplotlib.org. It has its own website and everything. You can look at like installation tips and everything like that. I should have said that before, but anyway. So we'll be focusing on this library because lots of other visualization libraries are dependent on this one. So like I said, it's pretty much one of the most basic and most used ones that we have. And you can do things like histograms, pie charts, and other kinds of data visualization. So is this done yet? This is taking a really long time, so we're just gonna have to wait. But let's see. So we're gonna basically be importing these modules. This is taking a really long time. Can we cancel? Okay, I canceled it because, oh, there we go. So we're gonna have to install something. It's called Wheel to fix this because it's gonna install what this does. Installs the Wheel version of the files. I don't really have time to. I don't really have time to explain Wheel, but it's gonna install the Wheel version of the file of the whatever we install now. So if we could do matplotlib, it might do the cache copy. Then in that case, I'm gonna have to erase the cache. So we're going to have to install, we're gonna have to clear the cache. Let me just see if this works. Matplotlib.whl. No, it doesn't work. Oops, I forgot the install. Hold on. Yeah, so you could find the names manually, but usually, so let me just see. Help. Is help a command in this? Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna have to find a command that see if you see wheel builds from your build wheels from your requirements. So let's see. We're gonna have to clear the cache somehow. So here we go. So we're gonna do no cache dr, and that's not working for some reason. Oh, we need 2 lines. Okay. Now let's try the wheel. Let's see. So what we're gonna do is install matplotlib. And it's still not doing it, so we'll cancel. But anyway, so in the next tutorial I'll do this because we're running out of time. It's been kind of long and dragged out anyway. So what I like to do, I like to just use like something like CCleaner, just clear the cache and then do it again, and it does it for me. So we'll see you next time.